So welcome, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to today's video. That's right, the eFootball trailer, the latest trailer is out. I've got myself a new pop filter today. You can see there's no more thing in front of me face, so hopefully the audio sounds, like it normally does. But we're here to dissect this trailer that came out a few hours ago. I was asleep, so unfortunately I didn't get to, be there live when it came out. We're going to just break this down, okay? This is the way this is going to work. If you want to watch the actual trailer, which you've already probably seen, I'm not going to watch it once and then go back and break it down. We're just going to break it down, and then we're going to head over to Twitter. We're going to look at the controls as well, by the way. I've seen the control scheme, and I'm not liking a few things about it, so we're going to go over that as well. I'm going to try, for the life of me, to keep this positive to a point. But I will give you guys, as always, my 100% honest feedback. It's as simple as that. So, let's dive into this. We're going to run this. I can slow it down. I can speed it up. I can do whatever I want, which is always the fun stuff of a breakdown. Make sure you are subscribed if you're not, because we're going to be covering it all. Anyway, so, this is the start, right? The game has changed. First of all, and I've already said this before, the color scheme for this game is horrendous. I don't know why they decided. And also, by the way, I'm wearing a PES shirt because I can kiss it, cherish it, because there will be no more PES, as we know. Anyway, okay, so yeah, the fonts and the color scheme, not a fan of. Before we actually get into this, I will say we miss Whedon's, right? Because Whedon's was the man who did all these trailers, and I keep whacking my face on this mic, so hopefully you won't hear that. You miss Whedon's. You can tell with these trailers that I don't know who's been doing them, no offense to who's putting these together, but it's not quite the best production value, you know what I mean? So, anyway, the game has changed, as it said, blah-de-blue-doo, introducing the revamped gameplay of eFootball. So, continues along. So, the excitement is always centered around the ball. Now, when it comes to the graphics, and there will be a lot of stop and starting, that's the point of these videos. This trailer, once again, I don't know why Konami don't just put out, a mobile-only one, and then a next-gen one. They're trying to, congregate two things in one here. So, sometimes the graphics look great, and you're like, well, that looks decent. And then there's other moments in this trailer, you look at it, and you're like, what on earth is that? I don't know why they've tried to gel the two together. When is it ever a good idea to combine a mobile game and a console game and put it in the same trailer? Separate them, or at least tell us at the bottom, mobile gameplay, next-gen gameplay, current, whatever. Just be transparent, Konami. Seriously. So, anyway, let's read this. Once again, the font is just terrible. I don't know if they were trying to, mimic Star Wars here. When it comes down, I don't even know the theme tune, to be honest, but the scrolling of Star Wars as it kind of goes away, but this font doesn't work, this color doesn't work. My eyes are hurting from just looking at it. I'm sorry, I'm already off moaning, but this isn't gameplay related or anything. This is just the trailer itself. So, the excitement is always centered around the ball. The 1v1 duels, the mind games when passing, the physical battles to gain control of the ball. The true beauty of the game is watching how players outplay their opponents to score a goal. Forget everything you knew about digital football. Digital football? Well, it would be any kind of football, really, isn't it? For we reworked the gameplay in eFootball to bring the excitement of real-world football. Did you really? To the digital realm. Alright, we're going to see all these snippets afterwards. You can see they've all got the new kits and all that fun stuff there. So, controlling the ball touch. And once again, the wording. The wording's terrible in this trailer. There's a skill, not a skill move. There's a part in this, and we'll go over that. I think they've called it. There's fur in my face. I think they called it sharp something. I don't know. We'll get to it. The wording is just horrendous. Anyway, controlling the ball touch. Whatever. Moving on. So we move forward. So nimbly control the player's movement and ball touch. Okay, from a knock-on all the way to a full dash. So they show a little snippet of Iniesta doing the movement. I will say, when it comes to the player movement, this is definitely an improvement to what we saw, in, when are we here? June now? Was it June or July? I think it was June. Yeah, it was June. The movement was shocking. There was a lot of problems, whereas you kind of you kind of look at, you know, Iniesta's movement with the ball here and the player itself. It's better, you know. I still don't know. Is this mobile? Is this next gen? Who knows? But you know, the movement of the players actually with the ball seems a little bit more polished, which you would expect that. I'm not saying that shouldn't be the case. It should. I will say, if you kind of slow this down right here, we're going slow, baby. I don't even know what speed we're on, but just kind of watching the player defend. Now, obviously, he's got the wrong side of him here. He's been skipped past him. Someone comes across to try and defend. I mean, you can see his feet animations all over the place. But as I said, I'm not going to worry about those minuscule things now. FIFA has the same nonsense. Doesn't matter if you're next gen or not. Seems like foot planting and all that. I mean, his ankles nearly broke his foot when he did that. But it seems like no one can get it right. So I'm going to stop harping on about it. Because, hang on a minute. Wait, watch. Wait. Where is it? There's a moment right here where his ankle, like, yeah, it's like, look at that. What's that? 90 degree angle. That's what I mean. Like, I could sit here and nitpick this all day. I'm not gonna do it for the sake of it, because I know it annoys some people, and I've done it too many times. But it wasn't that. That wasn't what I was going on about. What I was going on about was the fact that when he cut, like this guy, he's literally just skated 3 or 4 feet straight past him. Put the brakes on, son. All right, let's put it back to normal. Where are we? Normal default speed. All right, so Iniesta plays it through. So furthermore, PlayStation 5 owners will be able to feel the ball touch and the physical battles on their fingertips. By the way, this is not available at launch. It is available in a future update. So PK gets skinned, then he makes a good challenge. Thanks to the haptic feedback and adaptive trigger functions. So right here looks more next gen to me. You know, like if you actually see Ansu Fati, his face, it looks like the actual player models of that. You know, the kits themselves. Yeah, the shorts are quite long, but he goes to the old long socks. But the actual cloth, if you look at that, it doesn't look bad. You know what I mean? Now, the grass and the turf, you know, is all another story. But you can see that the grass does look... See, this looks fine. And this is why mixing a mobile with a console trailer, it just doesn't do it any justice. I mean, Konami just shoot themselves in the foot themselves. So this guy pops up. I believe the most important thing in a duel is to show that I am calm. I believe, yeah, that's what he just said. So he's one-on-one. This is especially true against good opponents who notice when I'm irritated. I take the initiative to dribble my opponent through feints, but that's not all. Once again, you know, the face and the player models themselves look decent. I use everything I can to come on top, including some calmness to win mind games. So this guy's a very calm player. That's what he's all about. Right, tricking the defender. Moving on. So with greater freedom, to control how a player will track the ball, each play becomes a mind game. Once again, available in a future update. What's available in a future update here? Mind games? Mind games is coming later, folks. So there's Neymar's cutting inside. There he is again. A whole arsenal of dribbles and body feints are also available with intuitive command. So this is kind of like... And I watched Spoonie's live reaction video to get a little bit of a flavour. And he was obviously saying that the off-the-ball control seems a little bit different. You know, the players kind of do their own body feints. So, you know, Neymar... I also, by the way, I wouldn't take any of this CPU that seriously, because more than likely they're playing this on beginner. Simple as that. They put the game on beginner to make it as easy as possible. That's why it never does the AI justice, because it's playing on such a low difficulty. So like that. Little fake, little shimmy. Defender tries to stay with it. Once again, defenders... I mean, I would take this as being on beginner and the person can't defend. So steal the ball and create chances. It's just, once again, the wording of this trailer was like... Who's the audience here? A 5-year-old? A primary school kid? Like, don't talk to us like we're 5 years old. I understand football and I know how it works. But steal the ball and create chances. Okay. Right, now once again, straight off the bat, this actually looks... decent, like graphically. Not talking about gameplay again. I'm talking about the graphics. The shadows are there. The colors look nice, vibrant. There's a little bit of pop coming out there. The old poppity pop. So once again, I don't know what's what, mobile console, but Yeah, that's the whole point of this trailer, isn't it? To confuse you. Right, so a slew of defensive maneuvers have been added. So, Saul plays probably one of the worst passes I've ever seen. As a defender, I don't know what he's playing at. Just pass him the ball. As you can see, he's calling for it. Give him the pass right there. That's what FIFA's added this year, by the way. The old... See, PES has always had that. Players are asking for the ball. Give me the damn ball, son. Give me the damn ball. So he should have passed it to him. Didn't. Gets caught. Pants down. Skim past him like you wouldn't believe it. As you can see, Sula here. I mean, he gets done completely. You're going to have to learn to defend on this game, folks, because it's all changing. All right, it's all changing, and we're going to talk about that with the control scheme afterwards. So, physical battles. Defenders will take advantage of their physique to steal the ball from their opponents. Now, this looks decent. You know, the second bite at winning this back, and I'm going to slow this down here. And I know Spoonie touched on this as well, but sort of as the defender comes across, and it never looks that great in slow-mo because obviously you can see the animations are not as you know, they look a little bit slidey, but he sticks the foot in, although I don't know where his arm went there. Hang on a minute. It's a bit slow, isn't it? Speed it up a little bit, lads. Alright, a bit quicker. Come on, physical battles, I believe in you. Right, so, yeah, he comes across. The only thing was his arm. Watch his arm. His right arm here. Gives him a bit of a smack, and that still needs to be addressed. But I like the fact that he takes 2 bites at the cherry, basically. He knows he's not going to get the first challenge here, and then he gives him a little shove. Yeah, punching him in the face, probably not the wisest decision. Referee might be debatable. And as I said, the ball goes through his foot there, so it's never a wise thing to watch these in slow-mo, but a little bit of shielding. The attacker won't hand over the ball without a good fight, so we use his body to protect it. And he comes across, and he kind of shields it off. But you're still, as I said, it's still not a next-gen title because it is on mobile, and they have to dumb down the gameplay because it is on mobile. So we're never going to get that full next-gen feel. Not now. Not now. Maybe later in the future. Some years down the road, maybe. I don't know. But no, when you're catering to gameplay on mobile, you're going to have to negate some of the gameplay on console. Right, now this is what cracks me up. Perform a sharp kick. I mean, once again, who has come up with this wording? Available in a future update. What, so you're adding a new move after? I mean, just put it in the game now, lads. Alright, so this is the new move. Right? So, an option to charge a sharp kick along with new animations. Just sneak that in there. Will make the game even more technical and exciting. So he basically plays a drill ball. Just call it a drill pass. I mean, that sounds far better than a sharp kick. Once again, I don't know who comes up with that. So just kind of going back there, we'll slow it down a little bit. I like to look at the animations, you know what I mean? And it's obviously better if you look at the animations while he's kicking the ball. Yes, come on. Come on. I can't actually see the game speed because I've cropped it out. Anyway, so here it is. Watch the animation. Gets it out of his feet. Yeah, but that's basically from PES 21. It's the same kind of animation. We've seen that before many, many times. So he basically switches to play. They'll be able to perform special kicks such as sharp crosses as well. You can play sharp crosses. So everything's sharp. Fast lofted passes and rising shots. I mean, that's from obviously the PES days. I mean, the physics there. The ball's coming back. The trajectory's right. With perks comes some drawbacks. For this action takes more time. So this was, once again, the defenders for me. They just... I know what they're trying to do. You know, make it more of a... If the defenders miss the ball, well, you're going to get punished for it. But the way he just kind of runs straight past him like a buffoon. It's a great finish. I mean, I love the animation there of Rashford banging one in the top corner. I just think the defending when he runs way too fast. What about those goalie animations, actually? Let's have a look at this. Just because I think the goalies are something they really should have worked on. I don't know if they have done. But for me, I think the keepers... Let's see how high he dives here. I mean, his hand is still like, 60 foot in the air, isn't it? I really hope you have worked on the goalies, Konami. I really do, because it's an imperative part of the game. All right, focus on duels. Now, this is obviously a big thing. They'll have to focus on the duels. Uncountable hours were spent studying how 1v1 hour duels play out. Various factors taken into account. Yep, all right. So here they kind of show you the calculations of what's going on. Various factors taken into account, as we know, including the speed of the players and the ball. So they obviously use this algorithm while they're developing the game to figure out, you know, I don't know what these mean. You know, what does blue and green and red mean? So he comes across how they use their bodies to perform dribbles and blocks. Naturally, the fact that Iniesta and PK offered their valuable experience. This is actually all taken from the old trailer. They copied and pasted. That's a little bit naughty. Come on. Give us something new. We've already seen that hair. We've already seen the PK bush. Cracks me up. All right, on top of level duels was a vital. We saw this in the last trailer as well. So again, the feet are just all over that. But I really feel like this, more than ever, is a mobile game right here. When you watch the feet, I mean, they're all over the place. To me, this is the mobile version that we're looking at. Which I'm not fussed about. You know, I'm not going to be playing the mobile. Well, I might play it every now and then. Last but not least, the system that judges fouls has also been reworked, providing a satisfying football experience for everyone. Okay, so the referees are being redone apparently. Nothing wrong with that challenge. Right, enhanced teams, play styles, and new controls. So this is where they show the snippets of a little bit more graphical of a showcase. Team play styles are a vital part of football, as we know. So the AI controlling off-the-ball players were revamped. I mean, that's good to hear. I mean, I will say that that's a part of FIFA that I don't like. I think the AI movement is lacking severely. So right here, once again, this is definitely not on a mobile, okay? This is going to be coming from a console. Although mobile graphics could look like this, to be honest. But, you know, this does look a lot better. Even if you saw sort of the lighting. We'll try and pause this. Just his face, you know, the shine, the lighting effects, the shadows look good. Now, apparently this doesn't look as good as it did in the other trailer. Once again, you know, is this from the mobile? This could very well be from the mobile. Don't know. And then you got Ansu Fati, Kulusevski, Chiellini. Once again, the player models themselves look good. I mean, if you look at like the kits, and you zoom in here, I mean that's good quality. You know, this trailer was done in 4K. I won't have uploaded in 4K, but this is obviously in console. Once again, please state that simply putting it at the top here, a console version, would clear up a lot of problems that a lot of us have if you're worried about the graphics. So, go through all those. Once again, the players look great. There's Dybala, Cristiano. I mean, I really think this looks really nice. Like, this actually looks like just the cloths, you know, the kit itself with the creases. It looks nice. Right, so they're all coming out the tunnel. I'm not going to read this because whatever. We're going to get to the fun stuff in a minute. So yeah, this looks much better. Graphically, a much more polished section of the trailer. Combined with the all-new attacking and defending controls, you will have infinite freedom to play the way you want. Or get frustrated because you can't win the ball back. I think defending is going to be very, very difficult. There's your 3D lawn for you. Well, hey, in the trailer. Fantastic. Boots look great. Socks look on point. Once again, this definitely probably captured on the PS5, I would maybe think. Who knows? Right. So now we move on to the most horrendous looking tactics screen. What we playing at, Konami? I mean, it's not the fact that this looks bad, it's the color. I do not want to blow my eye sockets out while I'm trying to pick a team. Why have we gone for a crazy blue? I really hope you can change the... Why can't they enable you to change the color scheme yourself? Go in the settings, right, I want a black background. I want a green background. I want a gray background, whatever. I don't want a bright blue one. Anywho, so there's the look of the players and themselves. They probably could have done a better thing. You know, the problem is the names. Can't really see them. Put them under there, Konami. Sort it out. And Ronaldo's still got his old hair. What's that all about? So, play styles. So, let's go through this, right? So, we've got possession game. Players maintain tight positioning to maximize the effectiveness of short passes. They will also generally avoid dashing into spaces behind the opposition defense. And then it shows you... I mean, we all know what possession game is. We've seen it over the years. Then we have long ball counter. So players spread out to enable you to effectively use long passes to set up attacks. Even players far away from the ball holder will actively look for opportunities to rush behind the opposition's back line to create scoring opportunities. So if you want to play someone like Burnley, then you know, they're going to look for that long ball counter. We've missed quick counter there because it absolutely flied through that one. Why did you shoot through that one so fast? Players will spring a counter-attack by actively dashing towards the opponent's goal. Yes, actively dashing away. We've got long ball. Players will focus on long balls rather than trying to dominate the midfield. They will prepare to receive long passes. And the surrounding players will also position themselves to pick up second balls if needed. Well, that's probably more Burnley. Long ball counters someone else. And then we've got out wide. Players will focus on attacking from the sides and crossing the ball for a winning shot. When players notice the ball is in a good position to be crossed in the area, they will dash into position to try and score a goal. I really wish the wording, though. I know Konami they've never quite got that right with the wording, but I guess we've got to live with it. So out wide is pretty much what? Hug the sideline from nowadays. So is this it? This is all the team styles we have? I mean, there are little dots down here, so you can flick through. I don't know why or what that's for. So, moving on. Here we go now. Out wide. So they're going to showcase us a little bit of the gameplay here as they ping it about. Now, one thing I will say I like about this is watch Scotty McTotty here. Watch him. Ready? He's off. Brilliant. Exactly what you want from a player. When players don't move, it infuriates me more than anything. It's why I can't play FIFA, as I always say, because I just don't think the AI know what they're doing half the time off the ball. So that's good to see that the players are pushing forward, trying to get into the box. Once again, I don't know what difficulty this is on. Do not take the AI running around like idiots, as I say, grain of salt. Take it as a grain of salt, because this is probably being played on the beginner. See, this looks worse now. This looks like I'm playing on mobile instead of, what that looked like. This looks better graphically, but I don't know if it's just because of the lighting coming in. Plays that square, taps it in. I mean, the net physics are what they are. There's the old long ball. Defender here, a bit worrying. Don't know why he's not defending. Once again, though, it's probably on beginner. Won't worry about it too much right now. And then they start springing it about. I mean, at least they are keeping the shape. I mean, there's a lot of freedom out wide. I mean, this is possession game, so Juventus have sort of pinched in. It's going to be about the gameplay, honestly. Getting our hands on the game is what's going to tell the full story here, isn't it? So, they're keeping the shape. They're passing it forward simply. Don't really know what's happening there. And then they look for the long ball counter. Cristiano is going to make the run. Right, now they push on to sort of the new dual camera. But yeah, the gameplay, as I said, we really have to, I think, play the game for me to sit here, and critique and analyze all the little things. Like, I need to sit down and play it myself. And then I'll have a better understanding of what the gameplay is going to be like. Right, so we've got this new camera duel that some people are liking and some people are probably not. This camera zooms in to capture all the fine details of a duel happening on the wide zone. So there's the little round thing. So that's still around. I don't know when that pops up, because if you kind of watch this, it's active right now. Now it's off. It seems like when he's sprinting, it turns on. I don't really know. Or is it always active? It might always be on. If you're a user, then it is on. I don't really know, actually. That's something we have to get clarification on. And what exactly does the circle mean? I mean, there was a nice little outside of the ball pass. Scooped it round. Took control, and away we go. And then we have general improvements. So a new motion matching system creates a natural and fluid player movement. Yeah, so I'm showing you the lines of Iniesta going for a splurge. And the ball movement becomes even more realistic thanks to a partnership with a research institute. What on earth does that mean? Means the ball physics have been enhanced. The action never stops. So, the way this will work, by the way, and I'll talk about this just in a second when the ball goes out for the goalie. I do like this. I think it's really cool. If you see it again, and we'll actually slow this down because I think it's kind of fun to watch a little bit. So the ball goes out of play. As you can see, the ball right here, tosses it back to Szczesny, gets the ball, spins it, every player gets out, and he gives it a whack. Now, if you are playing on PlayStation 4 versus PS5, if you're on PS4, you're going to see a black screen. That's the way it works. If you're on the next-gen consoles, the instant transitions, there will be no black screens. You'll just go from gameplay to gameplay. So while he's throwing the ball, the game's still kind of loading for the PS4. That's what I've heard, and very well may be how it works. But, that's a nice addition. At least you've got a nice addition there. eFootball evolves alongside the community. I don't know where they've got that from. I don't know how many people, asked for eFootball, but sure. Okay, let's roll along with that. So eFootball will continue to evolve with feedback from the community. Once again, the player models there look pretty good. I mean, Muller probably looks the best he's ever looked when it comes to his face, because he's always looked a little bit shaky. There's Rashford. So again, there's the lads. They look decent. Like, I have no doubt that in time, this game may look fantastically fantastic on next gen. And we may get a really good quality game. But I don't think it's going to happen for a while. But it's all about the gameplay, isn't it? We've got to wait and see what happens. There is Sancho. Oh, we paused that right at the right time. There's Varane. But here they also look a little bit plasticky. But I like the player models. So, it's one of those things. There's Fatty. And there we have it. And that was the trailer in a nutshell, folks. Unreal Engine. Adidas logo. Job done. So, let me know what you guys made of that below. What do you guys make of the trailer? You looking forward to it? Looking forward to playing it? However, you got to remember, folks, this is all free. So can we really complain about a free game? That's what they'll say. It's free. What are you complaining about? All right, let's head over to Twitter now, and we're going to touch upon a few other points. All right, so we've head over to the eFootball Twitter page, because they've got a few things that we can kind of go over. Might be a little bit more interesting with more information. So controlling the ball, they're talking about players can control the strength of the pass, and shots will also determine dribbling speed, just like on the pitch. On the PS5, eFootball will make use of the controller's haptic feedback and adaptive triggers to feel the difference, but that's available post-launch. And then, of course, they spoke about tricking the defender. Greater freedom to control ball trapping means means each play becomes a mind game. Loads of dribbles and body feints also available with intuitive commands. Once again, available post-launch. I mean, what are we going to get on day one then? Just a football pitch and a couple of goal nets. Steal the ball and create chances. Players can block their opponent's shot by throwing their body or by reading the kick and cutting the pass. I mean, is that new, though? I mean, the AI just used to do that for you. Physical battles as well. Recreates the physical defense, an integral element of real-life football with a charging command when defending. In attack, you can also use players' bodies to keep the ball in play. Make both offensive and defensive play more dynamic. Then you've got sharp kicks. It's again, come up with a new name. Call it a drilled pass. Drilled shot. Something. Drill it. Complete with new animation. Sharp kicks will make the game even more technical and exciting. And then once again, it's all available post-launch. One-on-one duels. Further real-life football tactics analyze has led to creation of more 1v1 win-the-loss rules. Those work in tandem with motion-matching animation tech to make the game more convincing, including reworked foul decisions. Basically, new refs. New refs! Hopefully have been good. A new camera, as we know, so it kind of zooms in on the action, then it pans out. I mean, if you like it, play with it. If you don't, turn it off. I'm not going to critique and get annoyed with that because it's optional. You know, you don't have to play. Just play on a regular camera if you want. eFootball represents a huge change in approach for our team, and we appreciate the feedback and support. Stay tuned in September for more information about game modes, licenses, mobile, and the all-important release timing. Okay, so maybe this game's coming out, I don't know, late September, October, if they're saying that. It's going to be a bit of time. So this is obviously the team styles that they spoke about. As we know, we kind of went through them. We've got the quick counter possession game, long ball counter. But we need to play the game, as I keep saying, before we get into it. Right, now, the fun stuff, folks. The default basic controls for console and platforms and PC and stuff. Right, that's way too big, son. It's a bit of a whopper. So we're gonna put it down, baby. All right, no, that's still not going to work. So we're going to go about there. Perfect. Okay, so let's talk about the control scheme. This is the PlayStation 5. Then you've got the Xbox Series X, the PS4, and the Xbox One, and they're all basically the same. I believe they're not any different. the things to take note, right? Shielding now is L2. It used to be, obviously, a manual pass, or that was sort of the manual control, so I don't know if that's even exists anymore. Physical defending is also L2. Cursor change is L1. But take note, there is no use for the right analog stick. Like, they've literally, and I'm trying to find my controller, but it's over there. They've got rid of it. Like, you can't use that to change players. They couldn't have at least made that change player. You can't do teammate runs anymore. That seems to have gone. I used to use that a lot. You know, I know they're all for change, but getting rid of those fundamental buttons that I love. Player movement, obviously the left stick. You've got shoot with square, as always, and tackle. Low pass and matchup is X. You've got circles, lofted, cross, and pass, and then you've got slide tackle, and then you've got the through ball and the goalkeeper run. So those buttons haven't changed. All right, the face buttons are all the same. Kick feint is now R1, and dash, or is that a new thing? And then you've got dash and ball, touch, control, dash, and sharp touch is all R2. So, yeah, it's definitely changed. I don't know why they've now decided that the right trigger, the right analog stick is not needed. And what about the directional buttons? Do they not do anything? It does say basic controls, so I'm hoping there are more advanced controls. But I don't think there will be. I think we've now lost changing players with the right stick, folks. Making players make runs with the right stick. And also, there's no teammate press. That's not going to exist. And the reason why I love teammate press is because I like to control another player behind him and kind of keep my shape while that player goes in and does the dirty work. But now, that's not going to be a possibility. You know? I just feel like it makes the game really, really slow. I don't know. We'll see. But playing the stability test in, whenever it came out, May, June, was worrying, you know. I missed it. So you let me know what you guys think about that. Are you going to miss those controls? I personally will, but maybe there's more to come. It does say basic controls. Maybe there's advanced controls, but yeah, we're all going to have to learn it, folks. I've got no problems with R2 being run. I use that anyway now. I'm going to be playing on manual, but am I going to be playing on manual online? Only if other people are playing on manual online. So, yeah, if we go through these, they are exactly the same. So, it doesn't matter what controller you're on, folks. It's the same stuff. The only thing you are going to get, of course, is the haptic feedback on the PS5. And there we go. That is that in a nutshell, folks. That's all we had to talk about today. That's the breakdown of everything we've seen. Let me know your thoughts, as always. I mean, I did whine a little bit there. I try to keep it constructive, but we'll see. We'll see. Look, it's a free-to-play game, so me sitting here whining about it, what are they going to say? Well, it's free, so what are you complaining about? Well, I'm complaining because I enjoyed PES, and they're taking a different route, and I know what they're going. They're going for the future of gaming, which is obviously in mobile and cross-play and all that. Make more money that way, and that's the way it is nowadays, folks. We're going to have to live and learn with it. But anyway, we'll be back shortly. I will keep the videos going. If there's any more information that comes out, we'll get it out. If you have any videos you want me to do, then leave a comment. But yeah, until next time, subscribe for more. Leave your comments. Are you looking forward to eFootball? Until next time, take care.